Hey guys, this your girl Love Goddess. How are you guys doing today? I have a channeled message just for you guys. There is an ancestral message trying to come through today. So your ancestors are here and I'm going to bring that message to you guys. It's such a powerful message. I think that you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm also going to allow channel messages to come through as I'm reading off my journal messages here. Allow your ancestors to come in and give us more information as we go forth from this point forward. But of course, first we want to give honor to the Most High. So, Archangel Michael Metatron, please protect the portal as I open up the spiritual realm at this time, allowing only high vibrational white light energies of God's source in himself in, meaning our ancestors, our angels, our guides, allowing only the highest vibration of to come through this portal to relay any channeled messages at this time. I release myself and my ego at this time to allow the room for these channeled messages to come through and come forth and be delivered at a clear and accurate way. Shay, I want to give honor to the Most High for all that He is doing in our life, because He's truly amazing and He has truly sent the most amazing crew, our angels, our guides, and our ancestors, allowing them to come and help us on our journey. I am grateful. I am grateful. So guys, of course, I'm always, opening myself up to receive any type of angelic messages, any type of ancestral message, or any type of just any spiritual high vibrating messages that wants to come through. Anytime I meditate, I always open my vessel to receive the messages. So there was like a lot of messages coming through. I had to kind of put it together though, because I was like all over the place. And I was like, oh my God, wait a minute, what is this? And so now, I have all the notes and I'm going to start the message. And, you know, let me know how it resonates with you. If it resonates with you, leave a comment. Like it, share it if it resonates. Even if you're not a subscribed member here and this is your first time energetically being connected to the videos, I highly suggest that you subscribe, because that's a form of energetic exchange. So hopefully you enjoy. All right, so the first energy that I received was a phoenix, right? And as soon as I seen the phoenix, I also received this energy of divine protection, like energy just of protection. While I was meditating and I seen the phoenix rising, I all of a sudden felt this heavy protection. Like I didn't know if I was being protected because maybe I was in the wrong space when it came to my meditation, or if I was being protected, or it was just a comfort. Like while I was in the spirit realm and while I was like, I kind of say like astral projecting, because I'm able to actually um, move with these energies. So it's like when I seen the phoenix, phoenix, whenever a phoenix rises um, from the ashes, like you have to think of it like this. I don't know if you know the story of the phoenix, but the phoenix is a bird that lives 500 to 1,000 years. And it's a single bird, but they give birth to their own children without any intercourse. So I forgot what they call that, but You don't need intercourse. You just give birth to the next generation. So they live for 5 to 1,000 years. And then when they get ready to die, they prepare their nest for the new phoenix to rise out of the ashes. Now, the phoenix is a bird that has skin that like burns. It burns. When it dies, it burns, right? It burns. It deflates. It just, goes to flames. And then that's when the new bird is born in those ashes, right? And then the new bird comes out of its ancestral lineage. And that's the crazy part. Like at first I didn't see it that way. I just thought that maybe this message was going to lead me towards someone here in the collective that may be rising against all odds. And as I got further, I started noticing the shift in the energy. And it wasn't that the phoenix was rising above all, um, you know, odds within its, life. It was something else. So then after the phoenix, I seen the energy of like a king or a knight because they were in like armor as if they were going to war, right? So there was this energy of war. And, you know, and that also makes me think about, why do people go to war? People go to wars for territory. People go to war for land. People go to war to try to win a battle against something they want, or something they want to take, or something that they're fighting for, standing firm on. So that's what I thought about, because it was a king or a knight in full body armor, like metal armor. It went back to ancient, right? It went ancient. Like, it wasn't like the armor that our soldiers have now. It was like full body armor. So I feel like I went back in time. When I was meditating, I kind of went back in time, because all of the messages that I received is like back in time type messages, but they are connected in certain ways. Now, as I am giving these messages, you have to put it in your life where it resonates, how it makes sense to you. So the next thing I seen, like, just flashed out. It just came. It's like it, as if it was my own, and it went forward. Was the heart, the human heart? It's as if that whole vessel left my body and went out into the universe, like my heart. So I was like, wow. So now, as I'm collecting this energy, it's like, it feels like, well, let me give you the next energy I felt. I seen the tree of life. The tree of life. After my heart, once my heart literally left my body and went towards the universe, I seen, it's like my heart went towards the universe, like this portal of the universe. And then the portal expanded, and I seen in the horizon a tree of life. So it's like, it almost feels like my heart went out to my ancestors, or as if my ancestors and I have some connection through the heart. So it's like, to think of the phoenix prepares for their next generation, whereas our ancestors usually prepare for our next generation. And these kings and these knights that I see that are battling or protecting, it's as if our fathers and our forefathers and our grandfathers and grandmothers, and they were protecting something that belongs to your family. Some type of inheritance is being protected here. So I feel like all of that, the phoenix, the knights, the armor, the shiny armor, the heart, the actual heart vessel itself going out, not like a shaped heart, but the heart vessel going into the family tree. And the family tree itself represents roots and represents your family lineage. And the next thing I felt was like this heat wave, like fire, like almost like, you know how when you embody God or embody the spirit itself, it feels like fire. And it almost makes you think of the phoenix, because like I said, the fire of the bones and going into ashes. So it almost felt like I became that phoenix. It felt like I became the phoenix, and I was getting ready to build a nest, to put my body in it and allow my body to take flame in order for my lineage to rise against all odds, rise above the ashes. So what that made me think about you, collective, when I was experiencing this, it felt like a out of body experience, or like a some type of meditative form that I had, and I was there, and it almost feels like I seen all of this, and it was like a full circle. It was like I seen the phoenix, I seen the phoenix rise, I seen the knights in armor, and then I seen like the heart going out towards the family tree, which is your ancestors. And then all of a sudden I embodied all of that by catching fire and flame myself, and preparing the nest and catching flame myself in order for my lineage. So I feel like someone here in the collective is going through all of that transition. And I feel like you have so much ancestral protection around you, and they're guiding you, and they're leaving clues for you here. And I feel like they paved the way when they were alive as far as they could. And I feel like you're getting ready. Your ancestors died, or your ancestor died fighting for their family. That is the energy I'm picking up now. Like they died fighting for their family, died fighting for a family name. They died fighting for what they knew as their own truth. They died trying to be the most authentic of themselves, excuse me, in order for you, their child, their lineage, to be the new phoenix that rises above the ashes. That right there was the most powerful. Like I told you, this is a powerful message, because what I experienced this morning was truly amazing. The next thing I received was 1812 just flashed. Boom. 1812. And I was like, 1812. I had no idea about what 1812 is. And I still don't. Because to everyone, it may be different. I'm giving you 1812. It could be the year 1812, or it can be the hour 1812, like 6:12 p.m. But I must let you know, I did research a little bit, but I'm not sure how it connects. I kind of know how, but I did research on 1812. What's the big idea about 1812? What happened in 1812? And there was a war in 1812. Brings you back to the kings and the knights. There was a war with the United States, and a war with the United Kingdom, the British War. It wasn't a British war, but It wasn't a big name war, but in 1812 there was a war. There was a war from the United States, and it's called the War of 1812. That's how you can look it up. And it's the United States and the United Kingdom. And basically, the United States kind of gave in. To be frankly, they didn't really win that war. They say it was like a tie. They came up with some type of peace treaty. More Americans died than, people of, the United Kingdom. I think they only lost 8,000, and America lost like 15,000 soldiers. It also was a time where they made people, they pressed people into war. They pressed individuals to go to war, meaning that your oldest son had to go to war no matter what. If you had more than one son, that oldest was going to war. You know, there were a lot of senates and there were a lot of government officials that went to war back then. I believe the sixth president went, the seventh president, I forgot his name, but I remember he was the seventh president. He served in that war and he became the president, I believe, that year. But how it resonates, it was that war, and then there was a war within the U.S. There was a New Orleans war of the Americans, British at the time, were trying to take territory of a portion of Louisiana. There's a portion of Louisiana that they wanted to, and I believe it was along the Missouri River, because they won that and took it from the natives. And it was called Louisiana, but then they changed the name to Missouri. Something that we probably didn't know. They changed the name to Missouri, and because I guess it's along like the Missouri River. Okay, so what I picked up from that is like, going to war to take over land, taking over territory, trying to take people's land, trying to take people's lineage, when it doesn't belong to you, right? So I didn't get a chance to look this up. So that is one portion that I received, 1812, and that's what I found out about. There was a war. So that kind of resonates with, the knight and the in the armor, and about land, because there's something that pertains to land here. We'll, as we get further, you'll see what I'm saying. But I don't know what red is very significant here. Red, in my spirit just now, I just heard Republican. I don't know why, but I just heard Republican because of red. But there's something that popped up in my spirit that said Red Bay or Red Day. Maybe you know what that resonates with you, what Red Bay or Red Day means. But I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to look that up. I also felt the energy of a feminine energy. Now, I'm not sure if that's you in the collective. The feminine energy. 1919 was just on the clock, y'all. Another number, 1919. You might want to look that up. Write that down, 1919. But I seen the image of a red fitted dress, and it was a woman. So it was a woman dress, obviously, and it was red fitted. And it could be a masculine. I'm not knocking nobody if you wear this type of clothing. But it was I didn't see a face. Didn't see a body. I just seen this red dress pop up in my imagery like that. It just came in my face like boom. And it was a red dress. It was fitted slim, no straps. But the bottom portion had like fluff or roses. Speaking of red and roses, roses kept coming up after I seen this image. So there is a feminine image here of either someone named Red, someone named Rose, someone named Rosemary, because Rosemary popped up, and Rose. Those two names popped up. Now, remember, it could be someone named Mary. Take the letters. It just may be your name may be significant with any of the letters in Rosemary or Rose. Or your name may be Rose, because I feel that heavy. Someone name is Rose, or someone nickname may have been Rose. I also picked up the energy of Rosemary. I mean, not Rosemary, Rosewood, and a church. I'm not sure if someone here is family owns a church, but I feel like with me picking up Rosewood in church, I feel like Rosewood is basically, it was giving me, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the energy of Rosewood and what happened to Rosewood here in Florida. If not, look it up so you will understand what I'm saying. But there was a town named Rosewood here in Florida that got burnt down. And there were like 8 people that died from this fire when they burnt the entire town down except for one house, and it was a white man's house. But that white man's house that they didn't burn was where most of those people who were in, a lot of people that were in that town, they hid in this man's well house where he goes and get water. They hid there, and he protected them there. So they burnt it down. It was a African American town that was burnt down because of a lie that somebody said about one person that lived in Rosewood. So they burnt their entire land down, their entire town down. The reason why I bring this up is because I feel the energy of someone here in the collective. Because it said church. There's a church connected to you, and it's in a community. And it's like the community is like family. I'm picking up the energy of like a family church. Someone here grew up in a family church, rather your father or your grandfather or your uncles or your, something of that sort. You grew up in this family church, and all your life the family just been passing it down the line. It's like a family emblem or family inheritance. It just pastor after pastor after pastor. But I feel like it came to a time to where your family branched off from the pastoral, and now you may have other people that are pastoring in the church. But I feel like your family still owns it. Your family still do like the business portion or the booking, different stuff like that. You're in the church, but you're just not pastoral of the church. So I'm not sure why that's coming up, but I know that this message itself is something about ancestral. That just lets me know that your family is around this situation. And I'm not sure, but I feel like the energy of there is someone now in this incarnation that is meant to take over that church, like your family. Like there is someone you may know already or don't know, and they're young right now, but they will end up taking over the church as part of the family, they are a part of your family, and they are a part of the family lineage. And I feel like your ancestors is helping them. If they're not helping them now, they're helping them. They're getting ready, getting them groomed and prepared to take over the family church. So that's the energy I picked up with that. Um, there's another energy here where there is some land. There's some land that someone owns, and I feel the energy of this, just like Rosewood. There was some family that were pushed off of that land. Um, rather, I'm not sure if it was taxes, had to do with taxes, or had to do with some type of storm. Because I'm picking up like a tornado that tore the land or tore the home that was on the land, or a lot of damage. I'm picking up an energy of a lot of damage within a home, like land. And but this land has been in your family for a long time, like family lineage, cousins and grandmothers and aunts and sisters and brothers. I'm seeing like uncles and great uncles and aunties and great aunts, and I'm seeing grandmothers and great great grandmothers. Like this home or this land has been in your family for years, like a decade, hundreds of years. And but it was some type of tragedy. I'm feeling the energy of this land rising up from the ashes, that phoenix energy. So there is going to be someone in your family lineage that will take the land and rebuild on the land, rebuild something on the land. I'm not sure what they're building, but they're going to take that land and make it flourish. So that's the energy I'm picking up on that land, because there is a land where there was destruction. I don't believe that anyone came and destroyed the land. It was more so of tragedy when it comes to the elements, tornado or hurricane or something like that. But that land still belongs to your family. There is also the energy I'm picking up right now of some people just like Rosewood who were pushed out of land by people, legislators, by somebody. So it's just like, it feels like you were pushed. The energy I'm picking up right now is there's people here who were just like Rosewood. If you are not a part of the Rosewood family, you were forced out of your land. These people own their land. They own homes there. Someone here needs to do some research. That's why the 1812 also came up, because there is something old. There is something owed to someone here in the collective when it comes to land, a home, a church, a business. There is something here. There is some energy here of collectives, a bunch of collectives here. I'm feeling the energy like groups of people that have land that you haven't claimed. There's land out there that is owned by you. The city cannot take what belongs to you. Especially if it was overtaken by force or by something, natural disaster, where couldn't get it quite together. So someone here, many people here in the collective need to do your research on your family lineage, because I see churches, I see businesses, I see organizations, I see homes, I see just land, period, for the collective here. And your ancestors are here and they are like, go get the land that I fought for, the land that they left for you. This is your land and you need to go inherit the land. This is the time for us to inherit the land that our forefathers has left and paid for us. They did hard work and sweat and dedication to build a land or build a home or build a business or build a church or build a legacy. And now they're trying to push you forward or pave you forward to go back and possess the land that belongs to you and make it flourish. Because I believe that there are some phoenixes here that have been going through a lot. They've lost a lot. They've lost a lot of finances. They don't lost homes. They don't lost businesses. They don't lost a lot of things. But this is the season for you to go back and possess the land. That is what I'm picking up from the collective here. Okay, and that's a collective energy. I also I seen a documentary a while back, and that energy is coming back up into my mental space. A documentary a while back, there was a family that there's this guy who stays in Los Angeles, and he you know, he was very successful in his life, and but he comes back to, I believe it is what is the Virginia. He has family in Virginia, and as everyone know, Virginia had issues when it comes to slavery as well. Um, and he comes there for family gatherings, family reunions, birthdays and stuff. He comes and he's very active with his family. So what he wanted to do was buy a home in Virginia that was where he could buy that home and have a home or land for his family to come together, you know, as a family when he comes down, or any event, weddings, whatever they wanted to do. So his sister had spotted this home, like not even 10 miles away from where her mother stayed. And she spotted this home that was for sale, and it had 40 acres of land connected to one house. And a couple of other things I'll tell you later. But she called her brother, and she was like, this house is for sale. This was back in 2020. And he looked into it. They were only asking like $200,000 for the house and the 40 acres. And he was like, okay, so he bid it, not thinking he was going to get it because, for one, it's in Virginia. For two, he's a young black man. And this is how he was thinking. But he put his bid in close to what they were offering, and he got the house. And as they were doing the research on the house, because the house is very old, and as he was doing the research on the house, he found out that that house used to be a plantation. And furthermore, it was the plantation where his ancestors were slaves at. It was a plantation his ancestors were slaves at. I thought that was so amazing how the ancestor can direct you to where their burial ground, because there was a burial ground in the backgrounds of, in the woods of the 40 acres where, you know, the encamped slaves buried the dead there. They had little stones out there. It was so cute. And so he's going to fix up the cemetery for his family, because it was his family's gravesite. All of the people who stayed there were his family. They had like a little small community, because back then it was like I think it was over 100 acres, but they had them cut it down. But I thought it was amazing because that was one of the places that had a slave home still built, still thriving, never failed. And so they did the research, and that's one of the homes that his family stayed in. And it was still alive, so they're trying to preserve it. And I thought that was an amazing story. But I feel like this is your ancestors, because I seen this, like, I want to say not even a week ago, like 4 or 5 days ago. And to receive the messages that I received today, it's as if it was all leading up together. So someone here, your ancestors are working. They are truly working with you, and they're trying to get you in a place where you can align with them. They're placing you, they're getting you set up and trying to get you back to your inheritance. There's an inheritance that is about you are about to embark on. You know, you are the phoenix coming out of the ashes at this time, and it's the ashes of your ancestors, the ones who had built revelation. They built a home for you. They built land for you. They blood, sweat, and tears of your ancestors. Ashes you're about to rise out of. Listen, I enjoyed that message. I'm going to get out of this energy. I'm going to release you guys. Listen, I am so honored to be able to be of service to you today, and serving the Most High for this message for you guys. Just know that your ancestors are right there with you, and they are fighting, and they're trying to get you to your next level. I am so honored to bring that message. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. That way that I can bring more messages that connects directly to you more frequently here in Love Nation. Listen, this is Love Nation, where we are one nation under the most highest vibrating guidance there is, and that's God's source energy. I love you. Pray for me just like I pray for you guys. We are growing together here in Love Nation, whatever it takes, and I'm honored to be the host to bring forth the channeled messages for you. Until next time, take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, exercise, meditate, whatever you need to do to ground yourself and align yourself with the Most High. Until next time, take care of yourself. Peace, love, and light. Bye.